Welcome to this very first exclusive video for my YouTube channel. My name is LaYinka Sanni. I am a self-transformation expert and I support and empower women to come home to themselves so they are grounded in self-worth and graceful confidence. Now, I wanted to have a discussion around a topic that came up in a live surgery that I had with the ladies in the Homecoming Collective. One of the ladies came in talking about resentment and how she resented a particular person in her life because they were good to her. And not just because they were good to her, but because they have a history with the person and now the person's good to her. And it got me thinking, right? Because there are people that we have in our lives that we have history with. And the history for some of us is painful, it's hurtful, it's full of disappointment and wrought with pain and heartache and all the stuff that don't make us feel good. Yeah. And then those relationships can shift and those relationships can actually blossom and bloom and develop and become beautiful. Now the relationship and the dynamics of the relationship has shifted, but what might not have shifted and what might not have changed is all of the things that came as part of that relationship, all of the hurt that was present, all of the disappointment, all of the anger, all of the frustration, all of that stuff. And so you can enter into this place as this client felt, as this beautiful soul felt, where she felt guilty. This person was being nice now. This person was really showing up in the way that she needed and was useful for her and was beneficial and that she loved. And she felt this towards this person because of their history. And you know what was interesting for me as we went through the surgery and I helped her peel the layers, it's two things: resentment and the truth of resentment, and also that struggle and challenge to see the good, to embrace the good, to feel the good in someone that you have past painful history with. Now, I know this personally myself, especially the latter, right? I know this personally myself, where someone may come to you now as a changed person, as, you know, reformed, enlightened, and amazing. And, you know, we can always be a judgment of if that's true or not, but we just take it for face value, right? And all you can see when you look at them, all you can hear when you hear them are all the things that they've said before, all the things they've said before, all the things they've done before, everything that's happened between you before. And it becomes really challenging to break that. It becomes really hard to see them outside of that, to see them other than that, to see them beyond your experiences with them. That one right there is a challenge. And I'm not out here trying to say that it's like easy as pie. You know, you just need to positive think yourself into it and you're out there, you know, connecting with them and you're fully engaged with them. And it's not, let's not fool ourselves. It's not a straightforward walk in the park. But I always tell my ladies that instead of focusing on what is right here, what is in front of you, what you are feeling right now, just take a moment, step back a bit and deal with things at their root. Now, resentment at its root is not about this person. It's not even about all the pain or all the negative emotions that came with this person and all the experiences. It's actually really about your attachment to the unmet expectations and the unmet needs that you wanted from this person. That's what it's about, really. It's not really even about, you know, how they did things. It's all the ways you felt that you needed them to be, the ways you felt they should have been, that you wanted them to be, that they weren't. And now you're attached to the pain and the loss of what wasn't. When you know that, that is the source of your liberation, yo. Because when you know that actually I'm feeling I've got this attachment to what wasn't, then you can allow yourself to grieve what wasn't, right? If you remain only attached to the story of, oh, they did this, they did that, and just focused on that, then you'll never get to the root and the core of, actually, I wanted this person to love me. I wanted this person to hold space for me. I wanted this person to take care of me. I wanted this person to understand me. I wanted this person to see me. I wanted this person to hear me. I wanted this person just to have a glimpse of what is going on for me. And they didn't. And you know the thing about expectations, often they're unspoken. So we have this thing where we want people to know. They should know. They should know. They should know what I want and what I need from them, right? And we don't express it, and then we get mad when they don't live up to these expectations. Another story for another day, yeah? But, when we think of these unmet needs and unmet expectations, truly you need to grieve that this person in my life, that person in my life, in this relationship, in this scenario, here, there, I didn't have some needs met, some expectations met, and that hurts. I feel sad about that. It feels like I've lost something great. And when you step into that place of grieving, that place of understanding yourself and what is going on, then that gives you the ability to let go. You can just let go of the expectations that you have of that person. And when you let go of those of the story, of the attachment to those unmet expectations, of the story, of the attachment to the story of the unmet needs, when you let all of that go, then there's nothing to resent anymore. You can live in a place of freedom. You can live in a place of liberation. You can breathe because you're not carrying the weight of that around with you. And when you can look at people, and I say this often, and people find it hard to embrace, but when you can look at people and think, this is all they could really give me, and they couldn't give me any more than this, then you liberate yourself also from the expectation of these unmet needs, because they didn't have it. They didn't even have it to give. They didn't even have that to give me. And so I can no longer hold them hostage in my heart for not showing up for me in that way, for not giving me those things in that way. I know I've shared a lot in this, and I hope that it gives you some insight into where you might be currently feeling stuck and being stuck. If you are holding on to resentment, I can tell you for sure that resentment is like a prison, and you're the one who's imprisoned. And you know the thing about that, the great thing about that, you're also the one who can liberate yourself from that prison. You can tear those bars down. You can fling that door open, and you can step into a place of liberation where you're not harboring this resentment that is holding you back from actually being here now, maybe with this person or even with someone else. And you're hearing me say this person or with someone else and things like that. I'm not talking about specifically romantic relationships or marriages. I'm talking about any relationships. Any relationship that can be with your parents, with siblings, with friends, with co-workers, with other relatives, with children. It can be with anyone that you have a connection or relationship with. Any form of resentment that you are holding is merely at your attachment to the unmet expectations and the unmet needs that you had and you wanted. Like the unmet expectations that you had and the unmet needs that you wanted from this person. And it's as simple as that.